in harmony, governed by one eternal law. All that begins must end. The reign of the old shogunate is over!
Welcome, fellow commanders and history enthusiasts. Today we're diving into what I consider the zenith of the Total War series, Total War Shogun 2. This isn't just a review, it's a tribute to a game that redefined strategy gaming. Let's start at the very beginning. Shogun 2 was crafted by Creative Assembly, a UK-based developer with a rich history in strategy games. After the original Shogun Total War in 2000, which set the stage for the franchise's unique blend of turn-based strategy and real-time battles, expectations were sky-high for its sequel. Creative Assembly, with Sega as the publisher, took on this challenge with the ambition to not just meet but exceed those expectations. Regarding the development of Total War Shogun 2, the team at Creative Assembly relished revisiting the familiar themes of the original Shogun game, now enhanced by technological advancements. This time, the focus shifted significantly towards art, adopting a more stylized approach with woodblock painting style movies for in-game events, which were so authentic that many mistook them for historical artifacts. The smaller scale of Shogun 2's campaign allowed for richer, detailed art, emphasizing a Zen simplicity in game design. The challenge was to create a game that was both deep and simple, distilling the complex mechanics of Total War into an accessible yet profound experience. Recognizing the fanbase's appetite for more Total War content, Creative Assembly decided to expand by forming multiple development teams to enhance quality without the pressure of tight deadlines. This was no small feat given the specialized roles within each team, like battle and campaign AI specialists, which required years to duplicate. This strategic shift towards managing multiple teams was part of a broader effort to maintain the series' exponential growth while navigating the challenges of game development. To truly appreciate Shogun 2, you need to understand the Sengoku period, or the Warring States era of Japan. This was a time of fierce competition among samurai clans, leading to the unification under leaders like Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu. Creative Assembly chose this setting not just for its strategic complexity, but for the rich narrative it offered. This period story for each clan is different. However, it gives a nice quick summary of this time in history in Japan. I'll play it in its entirety, as I think they are one of the most important scenes of the game.
1545. This is Sengoku Jidai, the age of the country at war. For 200 years, the Ashikaga shoguns have ruled from Kyoto. Great splendor and power were theirs. Now the overmighty clans no longer obey. The time has come for a new warlord to become shogun. But who will be victorious? Tokugawa lands have always provided for our people. Our enemies are many and envious. They threaten our borders and look for any weakness. Our wars have a power beyond the sword. But if wars fail in shadows, in silence, our ninja. To know deception is to be on guard against its use. Few can hide from our Mitsuke. We have Imagawa friends. Diplomacy does much. Our allegiance gives us security, but we must stand alone. Bishamonten, the war god, has woken. Now is the time to defeat our enemies. All will bow to the Tokugawa clan. We wait no longer. Destiny calls.
Development began around 2008 under the direction of designers like Jamie Ferguson. The team's goal was to capture the essence of this period with unprecedented detail. They spent years refining every aspect from the campaign map to the smallest unit animations, aiming for a game that was both a strategic challenge and a cultural experience. One of the most ambitious aspects was the AI development. Shogun 2 introduced an AI system that could adapt and counter player strategies in ways that felt genuinely human. This wasn't just about making the game harder, it was about making each playthrough uniquely engaging. The team also worked closely with historians and cultural consultants to ensure the portrayal of the Sengoku era was as accurate as possible, blending authenticity with gameplay. The campaign map was a leap forward in both aesthetics and functionality. It wasn't just a map, it was a living representation of feudal Japan where each province had its own strategic value based on economics, politics, and geography. The depth of strategic options here, from managing trade to espionage, set a new standard for the series. Visually, Shogun 2 was stunning for its time, with environments that felt alive and a character design that honored the samurai aesthetic. The sound design, including the iconic battle cries and the somber tones of traditional Japanese instruments, added layers to the immersion, making every moment feel significant. But what really made Shogun 2 stand out was its gameplay mechanics, from the intricacies of battle to the art of diplomacy. We'll see why Shogun 2 isn't just a game, but an experience. In the next chapter, we will dive deep into the mechanics that make Shogun 2 a masterpiece of strategy gaming. Let's start with the campaign map. A strategic chessboard where every move counts, Shogun 2 introduced a level of depth where managing your realm was as crucial as commanding your armies. Each province wasn't just a piece of land, but a puzzle of economy, loyalty, and military might. Diplomacy was nuanced, where alliances could be the key to survival or betrayal could lead to your downfall. The introduction of trade and espionage added layers, making every turn a decision between war, peace, or subterfuge. But where Shogun 2 truly shines is in its real-time battles. The balance between infantry, cavalry, and archers was perfected here, with new elements like stance systems for units. This allowed for dynamic combat where you could choose aggressive, defensive, or even hold fire strategies, giving players unprecedented control over their forces. The game's AI was a formidable opponent, capable of adapting and countering your tactics, ensuring no two battles played the same. Naval warfare was elevated from an afterthought to an art form in Shogun 2. Ships could ram, board, or engage from afar, making control of the seas pivotal. The strategic depth here was immense. Securing naval routes could choke an enemy's economy or provide a backdoor into their territory. Sieges were another highlight, transforming castle walls into battlegrounds where every decision could change the tide of battle. The mechanics of ladders, siege towers, and battering rams required careful planning. Defending a castle was a game of patience and positioning, while assaulting one was a test of brute force and cunning. The agent system, including ninjas, metsuki, and monks, wasn't just for flavour, they were pivotal. A well-placed ninja could turn the tide with assassination, while metsuki agents could root out corruption or spies. Monks could sway public opinion or convert provinces, affecting loyalty and potentially preventing or sparking rebellions. Shogun 2 didn't forget about multiplayer, introducing Avatar Conquest, where players could create their own samurai, gaining honour through battles that unlocked better units and skills. This mode wasn't just about fighting, it was about building your legend in Feudal Japan, adding a personal touch to the multiplayer experience. One of the game's most innovative features was the realm divide, a point where your success turns everyone against you, forcing you into a true endgame scenario. This mechanic added a dramatic narrative arc to the campaign, turning your rise to power into a fight for survival. We've covered the mechanics, but what about the legacy and the cultural impact of Shogun 2? Next in Chapter 3, we'll explore how this game has influenced not just gaming, but our understanding of history and strategy. Shogun 2's narrative isn't told through long cutscenes, but through the stories you craft with every decision. Each clan, from the militaristic Takeda to the diplomatic Tokugawa, has its own path to the shogunate, filled with historical figures and events. The realm divide mechanic adds a thrilling climax to your campaign, where your success turns former allies into enemies, mirroring the tumultuous nature of the Sengoku Jidai. Culturally, Shogun 2 was a gateway for many into Japanese history and samurai culture. It wasn't just about warfare, it was an educational journey through the Bushido Code, the art of war, and the complex politics of feudal Japan. The game's dedication to authenticity helped popularize Japanese history, influencing other media and even academic interests. The community around Shogun 2 is still vibrant, a testament to its impact. Mods have extended the game's life, introducing new clans, units, historical scenarios, and even entirely new campaigns. Fan art, cosplay, and community events demonstrate how this game has transcended typical gaming experiences to become a cultural phenomenon. In the context of the Total War series, Shogun 2 set a new standard. It balanced accessibility with depth, history with gameplay, in a way that few games in the series have matched. Subsequent titles have their strengths, but Shogun 2's blend of strategy, narrative, and historical immersion is unparalleled. It's the game that many, including myself, return to time and again for the pure joy of strategic warfare. Why do I believe Shogun 2 is the best Total War game? Because it encapsulates everything the series aspires to be. It's a strategic masterpiece, a historical lesson, and an engaging story all rolled into one. The balance of its mechanics, the depth of its campaign, and the beauty of its setting make it not just a game, but an experience. It resonates with both the strategist and the historian in all of us. That wraps up my story on why Total War Shogun 2 stands as the pinnacle of the franchise. Thanks for joining me on this journey through history and strategy. If you've enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share your own Shogun 2 stories in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going about this timeless game. Until our next battle, keep your strategies sharp and your history lessons even sharper. For those of you still playing or thinking about revisiting Shogun 2, check out some of the fan-made mods like Sengoku Jidai or Rise of the Samurai DLC for even more depth. And remember, history is not just about the past. It's about learning from it to shape our future.